Welcome. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can deploy your website that is designed in PHP on a free hosting plan. So in case you don't have the funds to pay for a paid for hosting plan, you can use some of the available free online service providers that provide free hosting. And this is my website that does only user registration, and then it displays the registered user. So I want to deploy it so that people can access it online, but I want to use a free hosting plan. Now there are many different free hosting service providers online, but I'll draw my interest or attention to one of them, and here I'll use Bytehost. Bytehost is one of the free service providers for hosting. So you will look for https://bytehost.byte.host. So click on it. Then this is their homepage. It has got home, free hosting, paid for hosting. So even when you want to pay them and get a paid for hosting plan, they have those plans. So now I want to go to free hosting. So if you are a new user to this, you are a new user and you don't have access to Bytehost, what you do is to click on free host, put your cursor over free host, and then click on sign up for free host. Once you click on sign up for free host, it will give you this window where you need to sign up. It will ask you to create a subdomain. So here you can put a name of your choice, then a password that you can easily remember, then your email to which they are going to send a verification code or an activation code. Then here you click on personal and then English. So you type this security code. For example, it is AD69 and B. So the name can be anything. For example, I can call it Rogers, and then I can give my password as anything, and if my email is rogers@gmail, then I'll type in rogers@gmail so that I can receive this verification code. Now that I've already registered or signed up with my email, once you click on register, they are going to send you a verification code in your email. So I'll open my Gmail just to see. So now sometimes the email goes to spam. So you click on spam, then you will see something like this, bytehost8.com, and this will be the verification link. So once you click on it, it will redirect you to a page where your website is going to be activated. But since mine is already activated, this is why I'm getting this account could not be activated. It has probably been activated already, which is okay. So after doing that, then you come back to this, and then you click on login. After activating your account, you click on login. Then you will use the username they have provided you with and the password when you are activating your account. So you put there the password that you signed up with and then the username that you created. So once you click on login, it will open for you the visitor panel, or what you can call the C panel or command panel, control panel that is provided by Bytehost. Now the beauty is that the control panel that is provided by the visitor panel in Bytehost has got the same interface with the C panel that the rest of the service providers use. So once you get familiar with this, then it means that you can even be in position to host with a paid for service. So now our interest here, when you're deploying for the first timers, you must put your interest or your focus on two partitions. One, we have the files or the file manager, place where you're going to be in position to upload your files, and then the database side where you're going to create your database from. For those whose websites have got databases, and I assume if it is a PHP website, probably you might be having a database attached to it. So now I want to upload my files for my website. This is my website and my files are in localhost. www, my WAMP, www, and the folder is demo. So I want to upload this demo folder or the file which is index. So if you're having many files, that is still okay. Then so there are different ways in which you can deploy. I can right click on my folder, then zip it. Now for those who have got many files, this is the right way to do it. You zip that folder. After zipping it, then we come back and click on File Manager. Now with Bytehost, their file manager is having this arrangement, and they are telling us do not upload files here, so we are not expected to upload any files here. But if it is a paid for plan, they always in your file manager will see a file called httdocs. Now this one is htdocs, but usually the other one is httdocs, but it is all the same. Or some have got public HTML. Most of them actually it is public HTML, but here we are having htdocs. So when it is if it is a paid for plan, you upload your files in public HTML. But since this is a free, and then their setting is this, so we shall click on htdocs, and then we are having here a documentation which tells us that files of your website should be uploaded here. So we shall just come here. We have a bottom control panel, or we have a bottom navigation. So we click on this first option for upload. Then we can either upload a file or folder or zip. Now uploading a folder will take time, so we shall upload a zip. Then we shall look for our zip file. It is in WAMP, www, and then this is the zip file. So we shall click on open, and then we shall upload. You can just upload and then as unzip later, or you can upload and unzip. So we shall upload and unzip. So it will upload. Now it has unzipped, and this is the folder. Now this is our, once we click on this folder, we have our index. So this means when we come back here and we try to run, this is the domain that was created for us based on the subdomain we created. When we come and paste it here, since our file is in a folder, then we shall add /demo, because my folder is called demo under htdocs. My folder is demo, and this is where my files are. So I'll point to that folder the same way you point to it on your local server. So demo, and then once I press enter, it is telling me this page isn't working right now, meaning that if my file has got a PHP database connection, it means I need to also go and edit that database connection string so that I can point to the new server. So once I click on edit, you see my files are still pointing to my local database, which is localhost root with no password user registration. So I'm going to come and edit this connection string based on the new server we have just deployed this file. So first of all, I'll need to create the database first. So I'll come back to my control panel, and then I'll click on MySQL Database Manager, not phpMyAdmin. When it comes to the production environment, or when it comes to a live server, you cannot create your database the same way you create it in phpMyAdmin direct. Here you first create it in MySQL database, and then you can be able to manage it from phpMyAdmin. So for you to create a database on an online server, you click on MySQL database, then we can call the database demo, then we create the database. So our database has been created, and these are the details. So we come back to our file and fill in those details. Our host name is SQL. So we come back here, the host name, which is the server name, that's it. Then we come back and get the username, the password used for signing up, this is what I used, and then the database is this. and then I'll click on save at the bottom right. Once I save that, then I'll need to come and add now this database. I'll now go to my local host and get a backup of the database. So I'll come to PHP, my admin, export that database that I want to use. So the database I want to use is user registration. So I'll click on it and click on export. Then I'll click on go. So it will export that database. Once it has been exported successfully, I'll come back here to my database on Bytehost. Then I'll click on admin, so that it takes me to the PHP my admin of that database. As you can see, it is pointing to this online database. Then I'll click on import. So I'll choose the file that I want to import. It is in downloads. I'll click on it and then click on go. So our database has been imported successfully. So when we click on structure, we are supposed to be in a position to see the tables. Now I just created one table for demonstration, but for your case, you must be in position to see all the tables you created. So now that our database has been created and we managed to create our connection string, if all is well, then our website should run. So I come back and run this. See, now it runs because it can successfully connect to the database. But then we don't want to have this folder added. We want to run it from this main subdomain. So what we shall do is to come back. We shall first of all close this, come back and click on this file and then cut it. Once we cut it, we shall come back to htdocs and then we paste it here. So we shall right click and paste it in the main folder for the htdocs. Once we do that, now our file has been removed from the demo folder. So we can even go ahead and remove this. So if you have many files, you can remove all of them and place them in the main directory. Then once we come back and refresh, then it should now work without first adding the folder name. Now this only applies if your home page or your home file is named as index. So if you don't have any index file in your folder, then it means you will need to add that file name. For example, if this file was, let's say, named as home, if I named this as home, this indicates that when I come here on my subdomain, I cannot access, because by default these online servers, by default, they run the index file. So if I don't have an index file, then it will not get to know the default home page. So it means I will need to now first type the file name as home.php. So this means the best option or the best practice would be that you rename your home page to index. So always your home page should be named as index. By default, PHP knows that it is the index file that runs first. And then once I come back, then this is my subdomain and I run this, my index will be run automatically. So that's how we deploy our PHP files on a free service hosting plan. Thank you so much.